Hey guys, it's William, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you an amazing, fruity, light and super summery recipe. We are going to make cherry sherbet or cherry sorbet, which is a French word, so I'm not going to pronounce it in an English accent. And believe me, this one is absolutely to die for. Super fresh and super cold when you eat it, yet with a delicious and intense cherry flavor. You are going to love this recipe, so let's get right into it. This sherbet recipe today is quite traditional, so we are going to make a syrup and then we are going to blitz our fruits with the syrup and then it will be pretty much done. I'm just gonna add some nice flavors in there, of course, since everything needs to be flavorful every day, every time. So now we are going to start with the syrup. I'm just going to put some tap water in my sauce pot, to which I'm going to add some granulated white sugar, and we are going to put this on the stove to boil gently. This will take about 5 minutes. You just want the sugars to dissolve and that you see a few bubbles, and then it will be done and you can leave it aside for about 5 minutes to cool. While my syrup is cooling down, I'm going to take care of my cherries, which are actually from my garden, or I should say from my parents' garden. These cherries are perfectly ripe and so flavorful and so cheap, since we don't have to pay for them, and I know that cherries are a bit expensive, so this recipe is not that cheap, to be honest, but it is delicious and impressive in flavor. So now I'm just going to cut some of my cherries, so about 200 grams, with a knife, so that I have nice pieces of cherry in my sherbet, and then the rest of it will be blitzed and super smooth, and this will be perfect. As promised, we are now going to blend our cherries, so we are just going to make basically a coulis, which is yet another French word in there, and I'm then going to put all of my cherries in this blender and add some lemon juice. This will not only enhance the flavor of the cherries, but also keep this nice cherry color so that it doesn't turn too brown. And then we are going to blitz this, and I will then add the syrup and taste along the way so that it's not too sweet. But remember that your coulis should be a bit more sweet than usual, since once it's frozen you actually do not taste the sweetness as much. So you need to have a bold flavor to start with, and it will be just as easy as this. Once you have the perfect smooth texture, you're going to put everything in another bowl, and then I'm just going to add some more flavorings, which are some vanilla extract, always important in my recipes, and then I'm going to add some alcohol, and this alcohol is Kirsch. I don't even know how you say this in English, but I'm not gonna try. I'm just going to give you this fabulous French accent, and this is basically a cherry brandy, which is perfect for this recipe, and I'm going to mix it in, and then we can add the gorgeous cherries. This is all good to go, so now I'm just going to cover everything with a plastic wrap, and I suggest storing this in the fridge for at least 2 hours. I would say overnight is even better. That way your coulis will be super chilled before you add it to your ice cream maker, and also the flavors will be super bold and intense since they will have blended overnight, so I really recommend doing this. This gorgeous coulis is now ready to be chilled super hard and frozen, but first we are going to ice cream it, which is not a word, but I don't care. I'm going to use my KitchenAid ice cream maker, which happened to be in the freezer overnight, and you should definitely check out the manual of your ice cream maker to know what to do with it. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it, since it can vary depending on the brand you're using, and I'm basically going to turn this gorgeous coulis into a sherbet, and I'm looking for a smooth yet chilled and frozen texture, and then we'll transfer it. I have the perfect texture, so now I'm just going to put this in a nice dish. Today I'm using a banana cake pan because we wanted to make cute pictures with it, but you can definitely use a Tupperware if you have one. And I'm going to cover this in plastic wrap, and then you should let this rest once again in the freezer for about 6 hours at least. This will make sure that your sherbet is super cold and hard, and then you can serve yourself a scoop. And that's it. It was that easy to make homemade strawberry sherbet that actually tastes like cherries. Not that the ones you can find in the supermarket don't, but honestly they do not taste as good. I'm sure you are going to love this recipe and you should definitely try it. You can find the entire list of ingredients in the description box down below if you want to recreate this recipe, as well as my social media, so Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like and a comment if you want to chat. I'll be very happy to respond, and I will see you soon for another amazing recipe. Bye!